And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the lower bracket finals here of Fire Grow Cup number 8, the playoffs. We are here, we have returned. Hope you enjoyed that short, brutal OOC as we returned here with our next match with our best of 5, and spawning in the right-hand corner of Lake Lions, we have our red Zerg player, the red Zerg player himself, the young prodigy. It is GgMaChine. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself. It is Wayne, aka Vanya, aka Radita. I'm shaking my head. But here we go. As we get into this, predictions are open. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, the winner of this series will face off against Strange in a best of 7. As Strange, he is happily waiting in those grand finals. Oh boy. And does anyone want to play against him? That's the better question. Does anyone want to? No one wants to play against Strange. No one wants that, but someone's gonna have to do it. Someone will have to step up to rise to the challenge. Let's go. Let us go. For now, standard openers, hatch gas pool from both players. We're settling in. Are going to be settling in. Overlord's moving out, no major signs of aggression. In a ZvZ, we're really looking for a couple of key moments. We're looking to see if either player does skip their Bailey nest, if either player delays their third base, if either player pulls into gas sooner and doesn't pull out, goes for 2-base roach play, techs up a little bit faster, like a couple of key moments here and there we're looking out for. For the time being, though, we are mirroring each other. For the time being, we are mirrored. So far, going to be droning. Overlord moves out to get a read on what's going on. Does confirm the timing of the hatchery. Pulls away. And now here come the scouts. Here come the first 2 links to get a read on what's going on. Wayne taking his third, and so is GgMaChine. So both players are expanding. No one is staying on 2 bases. So far, so good. From here, both players should be throwing down their Bailey nests and getting into Link Bane. You can see Wayne, he does confirm the third base. Likewise, so does GgMaChine with the Overlords. There's that Bailey nest for Wayne, a Bailey nest for Machine. See, we do pull out. Everything looking normal. One worker does pull out, and from here we're going to be joining. Now, from this moment, we can see one of the 2 players or even both go into a link flood, and we could try to force a cancel at the third base or trade or get some early game damage. Otherwise, we're going to be more defensive and get into roach play. So we'll see if anyone makes a surge of lings. We have 6 lings all the way from Wayne, 8 from GgMaChine. This is pretty standard. Nothing major yet. Extra lings on the way from Wayne. Okay. Defensive bailings. There's that roach horn, and Wayne is joining. So both players are joining. We are getting out of the Link Bane phase of ZvZ, and we're getting into roach versus roach. As both players are joining up. Wayne has yet to throw down his tech. There we go. Just now going for his roach horn a little bit later. Evo chamber set up here from GgMaChine. Now, with this hidden Evo chamber, with this faster Evo chamber, this could be one of 2 things. I'm leaning towards Carapace. If this is Carapace, it's going to be a Ravager Ling all-in, where you just commit, you just send it across the map with Ravagers, with Lings, and you just... Yeah, I mean, it's an all-in. Or we could see Fast Pulse on range, and we could just commit into Roach Ravager. What are we going for? Range. Okay, so really fast plus on range, into the lair timing, into an upgrade lead, into Roach Ravager. Ooh. As Wayne, he baits out the Bailing. Does bait out the Bailing. Lair is on the way. Oh, likewise, we do see Bailing baited out here from the side of Wayne. So a back and forth trade. Wayne, he does not see the Evo chamber. He's not aware. But the timings here are pretty similar. Yeah, they're pretty similar to each other. Both players building up their roaches. We do have Overlord Speed on the way, Pneumatized Carapace. For the most part, we're settling in. Despite how intense and how aggressive ZvZ can be, here we're just getting into Roach versus Roach. We can see that Wayne, he fakes the move outs. This is a very common thing that happens in ZvZ, is you want to be showing, because there are so many overlords and because there's so much vision on all the attack paths from both players, you can use that against your opponent and you can fake pushes. You can like feign aggression, move out and then come back home and hope your opponent overreacts and makes a bunch of roaches when you're droning. And speaking of Wayne, that just happened. Wayne, he's up in workers, he's up in droning. All these roaches were made defensively and they're not being made use of. So this was an overreaction from GgMaChine. Banelings, oh, they do slip in. Not bad. Getting 6 drones. GgMaChine makes up for his otherwise worker deficit. Likewise, does defend his 4th base. Both players building up. Still very close, very clutch. We have 2-1 upgrades on the way here for GgMaChine. Wayne only slightly behind by a couple of seconds. Should be able to catch up. Over here into the main. These scouts are crucial just because either player could be going Muta or even rushing into Hydra and Lurker. So we're looking for any kind of hidden tech. You can see, yep, behind the mineral line. Ensuring there is no Muta switch. And ensuring it's just Roach versus Roach. Ooh, meanwhile, we do have some Roach Drop Lord play coming in. Drop Lords from GgMaChine. Wayne building up. Pet them like kittens. What do you mean? Oh no. Let's see how that roach drop here towards the natural. Ideally, you want to cause a distraction first, or use this to cause a distraction to move in with your main army. Oh, contamination here on Tunneling Claws. Roaches, they drop in, and here comes the main push from GgMaChine. Looking for an opening. Gets a couple of workers. Wayne does react in time. Wayne in position. So far, so good. Cool. As they do graze the army. Likewise, that both players going into Tunneling Claws. Drop into the main base to get cleaned up. Wayne defends. And those overseers with the main armies as well. Oh. Doesn't quite get the Overlord. Wayne peeling off a run by. Both players are maxing out. Wayne is slightly faster to max, but no major advantage, and this will come down to positional play. I say that Wayne is taking towards a hive. He's the first to do so. Wayne is taking up, pushing on the left, denying creep. GgMaChine being a little bit more proactive. Chases down Wayne. Wayne going for another run by towards the top left. He splits off his roaches. Meanwhile, feels ley lines, man. There's something about this map, but there's always a graphical glitch here. Ugh, every time. Wayne trying to move in. Oof. Does burrow away. Going for a run by. Headed towards the natural. GgMaChine coming from behind even. We'll take some bounce to the face. Attempts to surround. There we go. So far just zoning Wayne out. Oh, but he will take the bounce to the face. Yeah, likewise going for a counterattack. Roaches that hit the natural. And drones are falling from both players. Yeah, the game is getting scrappy. The biles are connecting though. And Wayne, he's holding. Wayne, he's holding. Is forcing this back. Will take some miles to the face. At the same time, though, he wreaks havoc. 37, 40 drones going down. Roaches at the third, the natural, and in the main base as well. There is no economy. And you can see in one fell swoop, Wayne kills everything. Wayne, he cripples the economy here of GgMaChine. He shuts down the main army. GgMaChine, what did he get? He gets one mineral line. One mineral line versus 3. And with that, GgMaChine, he crumbles. He crumbles. There's barely anything left. Again, he was keeping up until that one moment. In one moment, in one fell swoop, bam, roaches everywhere. That is strike, did unfurl everywhere. And from here, GgMaChine is all in. He's completely all in. He has no economy, he has nothing. We have lurkers on the way, Hydras building up, Vipers, +3 attack. Wayne just getting everything. Wayne is maxed. And he's not stopping. He's going for another run by with those tunneling claw roaches. Going for another push. Roaches down burrow. Oh, let's go. The borrowed micro. Getting 3 more drones. Wayne, he's still maxed. He's getting into lurker tech. Just getting into a greater army. We can see GgMaChine, likewise, slipping into the natural. Oof. Attempts to push towards the bases. Attempts to. Rotating over. Last Wayne, he is still maintaining himself. Yeah, yoinks the army in, pushing into lurkers. Oh, not going to be pretty here for GgMaChine. I mean, he does have an overwhelming army. He can get on top of the lurkers. He can try to at least. Oh, good. Yeah, still not pretty, though. As there is no detection. Yeah, 0 detection. Gets a couple of workers. At 15 drones, not bad. Gets the expansion. Doing whatever he can. As roaches, they keep popping up across the map. In the main, in the center base. GgMaChine, he races back home. I mean, he has to defend, but there's not really much to defend. Not like this. Not like this. And Wayne's just building up more lurkers, building up more lunkers, more Vipers. Gets towards one of the final mining bases here of GgMaChine. Gets another 5 drones. Change that visual artifacts for anyone else on the screen for a bit there. If you're talking about the 1 hex here, then I was pointing that out earlier. But yes, almost every game that we have on ley lines is like 1 hex here that bugs out. It's just something weird with the map. Not sure why, but specifically on ley lines, specifically right here. It's cleared up for now. Meanwhile, yeah, Meanwhile, GgMaChine tries to find a way in, but there's no way in. There's no way past this. Not against the lurker Viper. GG gets called, and Wayne takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Again, a very impressive performance there by Wayne. For the most part, they were even. They were keeping up with each other when it came to their economies, when it came to their upgrades. But you can see the moments when Wayne struck. Right here. Right here at the, 10 minutes mark, you can see just everything plummeting to the ground. That was when Wayne was able to kill, what was it, over 40 workers across the map. It was insane damage. As Wayne, he was able to get into 3 bases at once. The main base, the natural, and the third. And unfortunately, GgMaChine, he had no army. He had nothing at home to defend because he was maxed. Because he was maxed out, he had no production. He was out on the map. And now we're getting into game number 2. getting into that second game. And we'll see if GgMaChine can bounce back. I mean, I'm sure he can. See if he does. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have our red Zerg player. We have our red Zerg down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is GgMaChine. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player leading the series 1-0. It is Wayne. Now, coming into these maps, there are certain maps that do favor 2-ace play. I'm referring to some of the older, more larger maps. I'm referring to King's Cove, I'm referring to Neon Violet Square, and Abyssal Reef. Those are maps where we do see 3-base play and very often more unorthodox builds in ZvZ. But here on some of these otherwise more open maps, it can be much more difficult to get away with that, especially here on Frostline. Frostline has a much wider entrance towards the natural, likewise wide entrance towards the third base, wide entrance towards the fourth base. It's a very open map here, so I don't really expect any deviations yet. On a map like Ultra Love, sure. Like, I'm thinking Ultra Love, I'm thinking El Dorado. Their 2-base play is more viable. Can get away with it. Otherwise, we should be taking our third bases. So far, Hatch Gas Pool out of GgMaChine, and Hatch Gas Pool out of Wayne. Everything so far looking normal. Looking standard. I mean, we had a pretty stock standard ZvZ last game as well when it came to the first half. Both players were keeping up and mirroring each other for the majority of the game. Until they were maxed. But I'd like to believe we can get some more aggression here coming into Frostline. Now, Wayne is going to be making his pair of links to scouts. We do see that GgMaChine is being greedy. What do I mean by that? GgMaChine, he has not made a pair of links. He's purely droning. So GgMaChine is just going to be purely droning up. This does mean that our red Zerg player is going to be up 1 worker. At least for the early game. Now we have delayed link production. So he's cutting corners. The downside of this means that there's no link scout from GgMaChine. So he's relying on his overlords. Meanwhile, Wayne is being active with those links. As he pokes in, defensive links arrive just in time. Baneliness from Wayne. Ooh, GgMaChine does pull out a little bit harder here. No banelings. Going for a link flood. Yeah, he's massing up lings. No baneling nest. I mean, again, he did pull out a little bit harder here from his gas geyser. And yeah, he's link flooding. Just mass ling here from GgMaChine. Wayne doing the same.
Our forces are under attack.
And the problem here is that Wayne is going mass ling Bane and GgMaChine is just going mass ling. And there's no plus on carapace. There's no like fast Evo chamber and plus on melee or anything like that. He's rushing into roaches, not a baneling nest. And here we go, he does move out. As he moves out, does find the banelings, not bad. Denies the banelings here of Wayne. Wayne forced to respond. Forced to back off. GgMaChine is still massing up more lings. Moving more defensively. Catching Wayne out. Nice engage. Better concave here from our red Zerg player. Baneling's almost done. Oh, he's crazy. Oh, he gets one. Oh, he barely does not. Whew. Doesn't get the baneling. Pulls out. Pulls away. He is vulnerable. Roach production has begun. Oh, no. And Wayne is moving in. Wayne is moving in. Baneling should be targeted. Barely. There we go. Doesn't get targeted. 3 more banelings rolling in. Queen goes down. And Wayne, he has done it. He breaks through the army. Takes down all the lings. Gets into the mineral line. And before roaches pop out, GgMaChine is being broken. He's being broken, getting another queen, getting every single drone here. Ay, ay, ay. Again, GgMaChine, he was trying to be cheeky, trying to skip roaches, sorry, trying to skip banelings and trying to rush into roaches. But he gets crippled. He gets crippled. Look at the worker disparity here. We have 37 drones from Wayne. And GgMaChine is completely all in with mass ling roach. Just pure ling roach here out of our red Zerg. one way or the other. Either he kills Wayne or he dies trying. Is moving out. Back at home, Spine Crawler on the way. Lings, they find another queen! The third queen goes down. Not like this. Yeah, GgMaChine a little bit indecisive. Does he attack? Does he defend? And there's no good answer. There's no good answer here. I mean, he has to attack. And GG gets called. Wayne, he will take a 2-0 lead. Ooh, GG. Does take a 2-0 lead here. Again, GgMaChine being cheeky, trying to skip banelings, trying to go for an all-in. Unfortunately, Wayne, he kind of did the same, except with a more standard opener, with banelings, and we saw they popped off. The banelings did allow Wayne to be more aggressive, more assertive, did allow him to break the natural then and there, and that was game. That was game then and there as he broke that natural base, got into the mineral line. Roaches, they came out too slowly. Typically, in GgMaChine's position, he would have those roaches popping out and he'd be forcing his opponent to be defensive with his aggression, right? He'd be on his opponent's side of the map, he'd be freely getting into roaches. That's how you get away without banelings. That was not the case. That was not the case here and now, as he was being forced to be defensive instead, and did pay the price. Did pay the price. With that, he was overwhelmed, and now we're getting into game 3. I'm hoping this isn't a 3-0. I'm hoping that we can have a back and forth and go the distance. Oh, as we are loading into one of the larger maps in the map pool, we're going to be loading into Hellscape. Now, Hellscape, I say larger, I think Hellscape might be the largest map in this map pool because there is no Neo-Violet Square, there's no Abyssal Reef, there's no King's Cove. They are out of this tournament map pool, and this might be larger than Amygdala. I'm torn. I'm torn with what's larger, Amygdala or Hellscape. Regardless, macro map. I think Amygdala is larger. Yeah, I think Amygdala is larger. Yeah, for sure. But here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner. In the top right hand corner here of Hellscape, we have our red Zerg player down heavily in this series. He has to fight back here and now to make a series out of this. It is GgMaChine. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player leading the series 2-0. One game away from making it to the grand finals. It is Wayne. As we settle into this, a big shout out to Ari up in the chat. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, Papi. Thank you. Thanks so much for the support. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. We do appreciate it. Gracias. Do appreciate it a lot. Likewise, thank you so much to Floppy Thop. Thank you, Papi. Thank you. Do appreciate the Twitch Prime in the chat as well. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the emotes. Hope you enjoy the replay packs. Hope you enjoy the content, the casting, and the StarCraft. Thank you so much. As welcome to Hellscape. Now, Hellscape is a map that I don't have a lot of experience with. This is not a ladder map. This is an older TLMC map, and I believe it is in the map pool for this tournament just recently, but also in the map pool for Monday Night Weeklies. So Monday Night Weeklies and Fire Grow Cup, and maybe one other tournament as well. And as you can see, it is a larger map, but there are some ways to balance things out here. On the one hand, these bases are more defendable. We have a ramp coming into the natural, we have a ramp more narrow here coming into the third base, and likewise a ramp coming into the fourth. The kind of trajectory, the attack paths are a lot more linear here, so they are more defendable. At the same time, they're very spread out. You can see here the bases are quite isolated, they're quite spread out from each other, so as the game progresses, as you take more bases, it can be more difficult to defend, say, this base on the right alongside the base on the left. Likewise, taking the center expansions are more open. I do appreciate the multiple levels of elevation. We have the low ground, and then we have like the middle ground, and then the high ground, and then the high ground. like we just keep going up. We just keep going up here. It's like what, 4 or 5 levels of elevation? Crazy. So I do appreciate it. Again, just something a little bit more unique. Likewise, of course, goal bases in the center. Lings move out. Oh my, and both players are rushing it. Mate, great minds think alike. What's happening? Last game, both players Ling flooded. This game, both players two base lair. I almost said 2-base Muta. I got ahead of myself. Now, Lings, they do slip in. GgMaChine does slip by. Heads into the main. Boys are being pulled. Does he get any drones? He gets one. Gets one drone so far. Not bad. Does get one worker. Barely doesn't get the second drone. Who does survive. Now, what's important about what's happening here, the reason why we're seeing 2-base play, I did mention this earlier, if you recall, in the last game when I was talking about Ultra Love and El Dorado. What is about Ultra Love and El Dorado that is actually similar and actually coincides with Hellscape, the ramp into the natural? What this ramp means is that you can wall up on 2 bases and defend. This is not possible on some of these other larger maps, but specifically with a ramp, this becomes more viable. So we have a full wall here, like we're seeing with Roaches and with the Evo Chamber, and we should be seeing a wall here from GgMaChine as well. Both players, they skip link speed. They skip link speed to afford the faster lair. 2-base Muta out of GgMaChine. It's going to be 2-base Roach out of Wayne. So 2-base play nonetheless. As we get into this, both players have to confirm. Either one could be going into Mutas. Wayne, he's coming in for the Scout. He morphs to the Overseer. And the HP is quite low. He will have a Changeling. For now, it's going to be denied. For now, is forced back. And Wayne sees nothing. Wayne, he sees nothing, he knows nothing. Likewise, GgMaChine, he dives into the main base. And what does he see? Gases. So important here. Only one gas in the main. That's a tell. To compare, GgMaChine, he's on 4. 2 gases natural, 2 gases main base. That's why he can afford Spire play. GgMaChine, he doesn't see everything, but the lack of gas tells him everything. What tells him it's not Mutas. He rotates, he sees researching buildings, researching Roach Warren. The Roaches themselves, he knows. So GgMaChine is aware, Wayne is not. He's slipping in with the Changeling though, and he confirms. A later scout, but he confirms nonetheless. He gets eyes on the Spire. Okay. So Wayne, he knows what's going on, throws down the wall of Spine Crawlers, GgMaChine I mean. He's aware that he's vulnerable to a Roach push, so he's walling up with those spines. Wayne responds with this Hydra Den. You can see he doesn't move out. I also mentioned the size of the map itself, and because the map is so large, I mean, we're not pushing with the Roaches. It will take too long to get across the map. Mutas, they've already arrived. Mutas, they catch one of the Overlords. Not bad. Overlord goes down. Oh. Overlord goes down. Queen does pull away. Gets a Queen. Gets one. For a couple of Mutas though. As one Muta already does fall. Getting a second Muta. Expensive losses. Roaches are pushing across the map, but here come the Spines. They're done. The Spine Crawlers are done. Hydra's amassed back at home. Roaches moving in. They catch transferring workers, and instead of going for the natural, what do they go for? The third. The drones are here. They're exposed. Getting 2 workers. Going for the expansion, actually. And going for the hatchery. Snipes the Queen, and should snipe the base. They're just trading with the Lings. Does pick off the expansion. Has to get the hell out of here. Will get picked up. But this is worth it. What does he kill? He kills a couple workers, a Queen, an expansion, back at home, massing Hydras, and gets his own 3rd base. His own 3rd base is up and running. Ooh, infestation bits on the way. That should be for infestors. Sniping an Overlord. GgMaChine, he has gained map control. He does get into the mineral line. Good positioning here with the Hydras, but Lings, they come in for the surround, and the Hydras, they're going down. Massive pick off, no Spore. Yeah, no Spore in position. Infestation bit is cancelled. Spore further back does help out. But we have the surround, and GgMaChine, he pops off. He cleans up those Hydras. Does surround. Commits into the mineral line. Nice drone drilling. Despite that, workers are falling. And 12 drone kills. 12 drones go down, and GgMaChine, he may have just done enough damage. He is crippling Wayne. Down to 40 workers. Resets the Hydras. Oh, catching out even more. Now the Hydra goes down. Oof. So you can see Wayne, he's barely holding on. Just barely. Again, being punished for the lack of Spore. And GgMaChine, he enjoys a higher drone count. He's on 48 workers. 48 workers, he's built up his mutas, at least somewhat. Getting into +1 air attack, getting into bailing speed, getting into Ling Bane muta. And Wayne, he's not where he needs to be. Wayne, he needs to drone, needs to stabilize. Making a handful of Hydras. And to be honest, GgMaChine, all he has to do is just build up some Ling Bane and hit that timing with bailing speed. It's going to be a brutal bailing speed timing here. To crash into those Hydras. Oh. This time Wayne keeping up. Let's keep up, takes down 3 of those mutas. Handful of mutas. Wayne rebuilding that infestation pits. Still no infestors. Still no fungal growth. And we spoke about bailing speed. Here they come. Bailings, they're morphing in. Bailing speed has completed. And GgMaChine, he's here to make a series out of this. He's here to fight back. Bailings, they roll up. And he's going for the Hydras. Where's he go? Going for the Mineral. There we go. Hydras are going to be going down. They melted the Bailings. Bailings do fall, and with that, GgMaChine, he breaks through. He breaks through the Hydras, busts into the Mineral line, goes for the Spore. The third base is going to be forfeits. We have a couple of Hydras building up, but no shot. There's no escaping this. They get surrounded. They get locked down. And GgMaChine is going for the kill, going for the throat, getting to the natural in between the bases. Oh, goes for the Spore. I mean, we'll get the kill. Takes down the Spore, catching reinforcements. And Wayne just cannot build up. He cannot build up. Boys are being pulled, but the losses are brutal. There's 1 muta left. 1 muta remaining. But it's the Lings. It's the Lings that are just wreaking havoc. GG gets called, and GgMaChine fights back. Takes the game. Let's go. Whew. GG, well played. We do fight back, a point on the board. We have a series, we have a back and forth. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. Is a back and forth series. Catching up with the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Full Metal Doge. Oh my god. thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the content. Hope you enjoyed the casting. Hope you enjoyed the tournament and the broadcast. And the StarCraft, of course. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Is this machine from back in the day? No. This is GgMaChine. GgMaChine, he's a very young player. He's very young. I think he's one of the youngest GMs. I think he was like 13. I know he was older than Eba. I think Eba's the youngest. I think he hit GM at like 11 or something. But GgMaChine is very young, very young. Very fast. He streams on his own personal channel. Does stream from time to time. A very fast player. But he's up against a veteran from the scene. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold. We have the red Zerg player, himself. He's getting 12 pulled. He's getting 12 pulled. Let's go. He does put a point on the board. He does fight back, but can he survive the 12 pull? It is GgMaChine. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player going for the 12 pull, popping up. Does he 12 pull and pull the boys, or just 12 pull and expand? We'll find out. It is Wayne. Now, welcome one and all to Whispers of Gold. We have talked about this before, but Whispers of Gold is a very small map. The smallest map of the map pool. This is a rush map. Aggression is favored, so if you're going to 12 pull, this map makes the most sense. Does make the most sense. So we have our 12 pull finishing up. Lings will be amassing. And we'll see how hard Wayne does commit. Now, there are variations of this where you pull the boys. There are other variations where you just expand. If we're going for the expansion, this is a macro build, a quote-unquote macro build. What should we expect from this? Well, the goal is to kill drones. The goal is to get, I want to say, 2-3 drone kills. If he can get some economic damage done, then Wayne can take an economic lead. Otherwise, on the flip side, GgMaChine, he has to minimize worker losses with control, of course. He has to drone drill as best he can. He has to pull away and ensure he saves as many workers as possible as we get into a longer game. So it's going to be a very intense moment. It can be very difficult to micro against this. So in a way, you could argue this is kind of like a skill check. Lings, they poke in. GgMaChine has to pull the boys. He has to pull the boys to save the base. Queen's going to be on the way. Lings as well. Hatchery is getting low. And here we go. The boys are being pulled. And again, Wayne, he wants a couple of drone kills. Oh! Does turn around, gets one. Yeah, one drone goes down, already good pickup. He gets one so far. Lings are popping out. Wayne turns back around. Can he get another? It's getting close. He gets 2. Yeah, he gets 2 drone kills so far. Ooh, gets 3. That's what he wanted. 3 drones. And look at the worker counts now. We are even on workers, but of course lost mining time as well. Bear that in mind. Ooh, and Wayne, he backs off. Wayne does back off. Now, the typical transition for Wayne is to wall off on 2 bases. Now, the reason why you would wall off here after a 12 pull is because no gases. Your gas is very late. Because your gas is late because of the 12 pull, it means you have no link speed. It means there's going to be a window in time, a big window, where GgMaChine has speed links and you do not. So as a 12 pulling player, you have to wall off on 2 bases and play 2 base roach. I say 2 base roach, you could play 2 base muta like the previous game, or just embrace roach play. But Wayne should be walling off. It should be walling. Link speed is finishing up in a couple of seconds. I mean, still a ways off. GgMaChine is redroning, and there's that wall that we spoke of. So Wayne, he should be walling up, Eva Chamber, Roach Warren, skipping link speed, getting into a faster lair. Oh, GgMaChine, I love this, going for his own lair as well. And he cancels link speed. Link speed gets cancelled, lair is on the way. Good read here by GgMaChine. Now, talking about like the meta of ZvZ and the meta of 12 pulls and this kind of game state, as the defending player, yes, you would have a link speed advantage, but if your opponent's playing 2 base, then link speed doesn't matter. So canceling link speed here is the correct move, preserving your gas, going into your own lair, going into your own roaches. So he's trying to beat his opponent into roach play. Now, another layer that's coming into this. Wayne, what do we have? +1 carapace. What does that mean? Ravagerling all in. +1 carapace, this is a build that Solo popularized like 2 years ago. It was like 2 years ago where Solo was beating Serral. Like Solo, he was dubbed the Serral Slayer with this build, where he was just constantly just all-inning Serral and ZvZ and beating him quite consistently as well. So this should be a Ling Ravager all-in, morphing in roaches just for Ravager production. Lair gets thrown down, but I think this is just for show. Yeah, just for show. It is the all-in. So this is a hatch-based all-in. Oh boy. Now, the scary thing about this all-in is that there's going to be no links to defend. GgMaChine, thankfully, is making roaches, massing up his queens. Also, I apologize as... Oh no, it's taking a second gas. There's no roach production yet. So we're just going for a link flood. I assumed it was going to be... Yeah, there we go. Roach is on the way. Now, the way that this works when it comes to Roach Ravager is that you want to get a surround. You want to surround the army, and even if you have a lower roach count than your opponent, if you can surround these roaches of GgMaChine and bile them down and lock them down with your lings, then, I mean, that's game. That's game then and there. So roaches are on the way. Soon morph into Ravagers. Yep, here they come. Again, pure Ling Ravager. Ling Ravager here from Wayne. I think I was saying Roach Ravager earlier, but I meant to say Ling Ravager. Where Lings surround and Ravagers bile. Obviously, he confirms. He sees no lair. The lair was cancelled. Now he knows what's going on. He has to back off. He has to take a defensive stance. Wayne still needs more time. Getting ready for that surround. Yeah, he does come in. Does he get it? He locks down the army. Or does attempt to. Files, they will connect. Oh, brutal connections. Yeah, Roach is going to be falling one after the other. More Lings rallying across. But it's not enough. It's barely not enough. GgMaChine, he does hold. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for GgMaChine. Because again, there's no lair. There's no lair. There's no +2. There's no droning. There's no upgrades. There's no economy. Wayne is completely all in. And this is hitting too late. It's hitting quite late here. All GgMaChine has to do is just chill and defend. Like, the one mistake that he can make is to move out onto the map into the open. That's what Wayne wants. Wayne, he wants GgMaChine out in the open. So GgMaChine has to calm down, has to back off. Oh. He has built up a substantial Roach army. He's getting supply blocked. Okay. As the overlord goes down. This is risky as GgMaChine moves out. Wayne going for a massive run by. Bailing's in position. Oh my god. Almost connect. They almost do connect. Wasting 2 Bailings. Lings, they keep flooding in. And the Roaches are committed. We're going for the base trade. We have Lings across the map for Wayne. Meanwhile, GgMaChine moving in with those Roaches. One way or another, the game is about to end. But these Lings don't really have as much longevity. They shut down the Roach Warren, though. And Roach Warren does fall for both players. Lings, they bust into the main. And they bust into the main base, and we're going full base trade. Lings, they're killing buildings quite quickly, though. Yeah, the Evo Chamber, the Lair, the Roach Warren, the everything. And is GgMaChine taking too long? Drones, they escape. Drones escape as well. Now going for the third. Likewise, busting into the main. Wayne, he has money. He can throw down the expansions. No shot at GgMaChine. He was good in this game. He just had to defend. He just had to defend. He's losing everything. He's losing everything back at home. There's no drones. These are the final buildings. And Wayne, he's done it. He's going to win via the base trade. In a head-on fight, GgMaChine, he would have won. But Wayne, he doesn't fight head-on. Does not take the head-on fight. He's going for the final buildings here. Yeah, this is it. 1 gas geyser, 1 spawning pool. And is he gonna GG? Is he gonna be eliminated? Oh my god. Oh, as he does throw down. He has a hatchery. He has a drone. He saved a drone. Wait, is that the only drone? That was it. Okay, he has a base. So does Wayne. He has an expansion. Wayne is coming in. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for the base. There are a couple of Roaches to defend. GgMaChine. Oh, the surround is brutal though. Yeah, the surround is brutal. He's gonna get it. And there it is. GG via elimination. Wayne, he will take the series 3-1. He will advance on to the grand finals. Whew. GG, well played. As Wayne, he will take it. GgMaChine, he was in such a good position. He had the economy, he had the upgrades, he had the Roaches, he had the army. In a head-on fight, GgMaChine wins. GgMaChine, he would have won, but he moved out. And we spoke about how that was the one thing that Wayne wanted. Wayne wanted GgMaChine to move out, and he went for the base trade. And with that, GgMaChine, yes, he did have a building out on the map, but it was not enough. Could not save it, couldn't protect it. GG, well played. Wayne, he will take that game away from his opponent and advance on to the finals. Wow. Not like this. Not like this. Eva's a giga chat. Oh no. Eva. But with that, we have our 2 finals. We have our 2 finalists here as we can head on over to the bracket, catch up on our matches. Let's go. Grand finals. Ooh, we have Strange versus Wayne. Strange, of course, he did 3-0 Wayne earlier. Strange had a very, very scary performance and very unorthodox playstyle against Wayne earlier in the upper bracket. And now Wayne, he's here for revenge. He's here for the rematch. We'll see if he can pull this off. We'll see if he can pull this off. As we're getting into a best of 7. Going to be a best of 7 grand finals. Of course, because Strange is coming from the upper bracket, Strange, he will have a 1-point advantage over his opponent.